Hey guys, hope you're well. Hope you're good. It's your brother NASCAR here from UCTV Blackburn, and I always bring you a special guest on In the Limelight. This time, it's the one and only, my brother, Roach Killa.
Yes, my brother.
Last time, bro. Walaikum salam. You okay?
Yeah,
Good. It's been a long time, bro, trying to get hold of you. You're a busy man, you know, and obviously today.
Kismat di galla, bro.
And I'm really happy you gave us your time, you know, for UCTV. So, firstly, I'm going to kick off with how did you first start?
Me, brother, you know, like when I was growing up, I was actually born in Libya. A lot of people don't know. Born in Africa and Libya. And in the household, like obviously, you know, we got the Bollywood, the Punjabi songs. Obviously, my dad was religious as well. Plus, I'm in an Arabic country. So it was a combination of everything. I was doing, obviously, tilawat, I was doing azan, I was doing all that stuff, as well as at home, listening to a lot of pop music, you know, stuff like that. So I was always into melodious stuff. That's kind of like how I got into it. And then about the age of 10, we left Libya and we went to Canada. And the area that I grew up in when I got to Canada was a lot of immigrants in that area. And all the immigrants in that area particularly were Caribbean.
Wow.
So remember this, I'm coming from Libya, I speak Arabic, Punjabi and stuff, but not so much English. So when I started learning my English, I'm surrounded by Jamaicans, you know what I mean? So that's how I kind of got into the reggae.
Even when you speak, it
has that
very
little
melodic.
vibe,
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
So it's like, so that's how I got into music, because the Jamaicans around me. And I love, because obviously remember, we're coming from melody, Jamaican music's got melody.
Absolutely.
So it kind of like enticed me to, oh, I like this stuff.
Did you have any issues? Obviously, you just mentioned tilawat, etc., from your family background of getting into it. I mean, I did, because being a Pathan and stuff like that.
Of course, there is limitations. But one thing my dad told me, he said, "Look, if you keep a balance in life, then things can work out for you. But don't go too overboard this way, and don't go too overboard this way. Stay in the middle ground. Don't forget your deen at the same time. Work hard and whatever you want to do in life. You know."
Did you find it difficult in the beginning when you first started off, like the hustle, the bustle? Did you see a lot of stereotypes and stuff?
Yeah, of course. I mean, even till today, like, because I do reggae music, and the thing is, people, you know, they always have this stigma. Oh, why are you trying to be black? Why are you just singing your own stuff? So I give my example. It's like, okay, if, say for example, you want to sing Pashto music, you're not going to sing it in English. You're going to sing it in Pashto.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if I'm trying to sing reggae music, I have to sing it in that lingo. Otherwise, it's not reggae then anymore, isn't it? So that's the kind of, like, you know, label you get. Oh, why are you trying to be like this or this and that? Or even from... But the funny thing is, it's only our community. The Jamaicans never turned around to me and said, "Yo, why are you trying to be Jamaican?"
Talking about, they loved it when you went to Jamaica. They compared you to, was it Sean Paul?
I went to Jamaica, I went to the studio. You can go on YouTube and check it out. Yeah. And that was ages back. But then when I landed in Jamaica, my whole thing was, okay, I do reggae music. I gotta go into the deep end. I gotta go and do something in the studio in Jamaica for myself, as well as to kind of test the waters to see, am I really as talented as I think I am? And I went, it's online, you can go check it out. And by the end of the session, you had the Yardie, the Dreddy was going, boop, 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 boop. Everybody, because the thing was, the studio had a vocal booth, but it was locked off, so you can't see who's inside. So there's a lot of people coming and going, but they didn't know who was in it. Wow. When I came out, they see this Asian man sitting there, the only Asian man in probably the whole island at that moment. And they were just like, wow. Like, you know, they kept on staring at me like this, staring. I was just thinking, like, okay, hopefully man don't get up and just say, yeah, what's this, you know? But it was a blessing, man. So
as you were progressing through the music side of the Asian side of the career, when you stepped into it, did you see a lot of political agendas, like, meaning, like, support-wise? Did they support you? Did they not support you? Or?
You know what it is? Yes and no. I would say probably no more, because the thing is, the name Roach Killa doesn't define what my background is, what religion I am, what caste I am. Not that any of that matters to, like, a lot of people, but to certain people it does matter. So yes and no at the same time. But you know what? You're gonna get that regardless. And the point is that if you are doing something in life, you're gonna have people objecting to what you're doing. But if you have nobody objecting to what you're doing, then you're not doing enough.
Yeah.
Because nobody cares.
Like, we get a lot of new artists coming on board and stuff who want to, you know, make a go of it. Back in our day, it was very difficult. You know, when we used to work on music, we just spent time, etc. Now, some people, so to say, called bathroom singers and stuff. But even if there are new artists who come in on board, it's very difficult to give them that help. And a lot of producers out there, I'm not saying any names, but just in general, you know, producers or filmmakers or anybody out there, they tend not to generally help them to that level where you just think it's just about money and stuff here. But I know personally people, myself, yourself, a few other people, they genuinely help people. Do you think it's limited to that, or people should help really?
I mean, yes and no at the same time, like we were discussing off camera before. If an artist can't help himself or herself, then no one's going to help you. You have to be able to willing to invest into you, and that's not necessarily financially. You could practice, you could do riyaz, you could do training, you could do all sorts of stuff. Like all the stuff that you see me do, production, everything. I learned that on my own. Nobody. But
you go the extra mile. What I mean by the extra mile, for example, if he's working with an artist, what he'll do is he'll say, right, 1 second, let's do this. But many people don't do that.
Yeah, a lot of people, you know, especially producers, like, I'm not knocking anybody.
No, it's in general. It's in general.
There's a misconception. You know what? There's somebody that makes beats, and there's somebody that produces music. There's a big difference.
Two different things,
right? When you come to me, I'm a producer. I'm not gonna make you a beat, or you pick a beat and I'm like, okay, here, do this, send me the vocal, boom, boom, done. See you later. I'll sit with you, and first of all, we'll find what your range is, because not everybody can sing high or low or medium. You have to be comfortable in your vocal range. Then from there, we'll sit down and say, okay, this is this. We'll come up with melodies. We'll come up with harmonies. We'll come up with a lot of tricks to kind of make sure, like, you know, when we were doing a session earlier, I had the artist do a little bit of riyadh. We had because he was going to hit the high note, so we sat down and we went through the, you know, the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, like the scale.
I was here to see this happen myself.
And you know, you witnessed it, that the vocal range became a bit better.
Absolutely.
Less scratchy. You know what I mean?
Croaky,
so you gotta invest in yourself again, not just financially, but you gotta learn the tricks of the trade that you're in. If you want to excel, you have to put the time and effort into it.
Fantastic message there, by Roach. I've heard a few of your projects going forward. What are the plans for the future?
The plans, you know, like, thing is, my brother, at this time in my career, like, you know, alhamdulillah, we've been there, we've done it, right? From 10, 15 years, we've been doing it, and alhamdulillah, I can't, you know, like, I'm so blessed because we have a strong back catalog that allows us to tour, that allows us to.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of new kids on the block, and at some point, you have to tell yourself, look, I'm at an age where I don't feel like I should be dancing around on stage rapping, because there's a limit to it. So you gotta either hang your boots, or you gotta stay in the field but enhance your skills.
Absolutely.
I've always been doing production and stuff, but then I decided to take a bit further and use that brand that I've built over the years to be able to guide the new artists.
Absolutely.
So help them, all the knowledge that I've gained, the experience that I gained, I can help them achieve a little bit better, you know, successful than if it were just to blindly dive into it.
Absolutely.
So I'm just giving you the gems that I've learned, so you don't have to go through 10 different things to get to where I am.
And that's beautiful.
I'm making you skip those 10
And that was
steps.
my point earlier, that many people don't do that for you, but Brother Roach, he does that. And finally, what I got to say, bro, in ending, firstly, thank you very much again for giving us your time.
Anytime.
What message do you want to give out to the youth?
Again, I think the youth, the message is, do it for the love. Do it for the passion. Don't worry about, oh, I'm going to put a song out, I'm going to be a star tomorrow, or I want the fame, or I want the girls, I want this and that. You know, there was a film I watched, I think it was Three Idiots, Amir Khan's film, right? And a brilliant film. But there was one message that stuck with me. And he said, don't chase money, chase excellence. Because when you do something to a level, success will follow you.
Absolutely.
Right? So don't think,
exactly.
Yeah. Don't think, oh, I'm gonna do this so I can, you know, get 2 girls, or I can get a show, or I can get famous and people come want to take pictures. Makes no difference. What good is somebody trying to take pictures if they don't even respect your craft?
Absolutely.
Right? I'd rather, like, I'll give you an example again, going back to the new kids on the block. This whole social media thing, it's a virtual reality. It doesn't really exist. I'll give you an example. I know people out there that have 100,000 followers, 200,000 followers, but when they're walking down the street, nobody knows them or wants to take a picture.
He's right.
Then you have people that have 2,000-3,000 followers, but because they're not into the social media hub, they're actually out there touring. Take Apache Indian, for instance.
Yeah,
we all know he's way beyond that.
Absolutely.
Right? You walk down the street with Apache and people will be awing to see, oh, can I take a picture? Can I get this? Can I get a shout out? So that just shows you that, listen, don't fall into the trap of trying to impress others that don't really even care what you do and what you don't. A lot of people that follow you don't support you. Like, give an example. There's somebody who has 1 million followers, but he's got 10,000 comments.
Common sense.
That's 1%, bro.
Yeah, and you always get the hate.
And like, so when you have 1 million followers, if you really think that makes a difference, then you should, even if you sell one track for £1, you should have £1 million off of that, because your followers are so strictly following you, like they're like dying over you.
Yeah.
But that is not the case. A lot of people follow you, first of all, to be nosy, to see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right?
And they want to jump on the bandwagon.
In this life, and in this life, what I've noticed is that people get kicks out of seeing somebody fall. People like seeing other people fall because
absolutely.
what happens is they feel better about themselves.
Yeah, which is totally wrong.
Which is very wrong, right? So if you're gonna follow somebody, like I'll give you an example. Like sometimes I like to push the new artists. I like to big them up. I like to share this stuff, you know, because it's no skin off my nose. I've been there. I don't need the hype. I've been there, done it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care. I'm just trying to say, yo, check this out, guys. Even if 2 people follow the guy, that's great. You know what I mean? You share this song, their own song, they won't retweet it or they won't put the story up because they feel like, yo, if I put his story up or retweet it,
so true,
then people are gonna start following him and looking at this. But that's your own insecurity.
Absolutely.
Because if you're not confident in your own skill,
what are you gonna do? It's true, isn't it? It's 100% true.
I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? To me, it makes no difference. So it's just a sad truth. But going back to what you said, my advice to the kids is invest in yourself, train, practice, learn a new craft. You know what I'm saying? And just believe in yourself, because when you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. It shows. It resonates with the crowd. Like, you know, if you're coming authentic, like you're coming with, conviction, people will be like, oh, I like this. But if you're coming like, I'm not sure. If you're not sure, how am I going to be sure? So my message is just to make sure it's investment, self-investment. Make yourself better.
Perfect, bro. Thanks a lot for that.
No problem with that.
And there you go, guys. That was Roach Killa on UCTV with myself, Nas Khan, bringing you in the limelight. So until next time, peace out.